This is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on WMAY. Well, we got news of another virtual show that is coming your way. It is a classic by William Shakespeare, of course. Most of them are classics that he did, Midsummer Night's Dream. Now, this production will be a little different even from some of the productions you may have seen virtually. I am talking with the director and or producer of this show, Makynzie. How are you, Makynzie?
I'm good. How about you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm doing pretty good too. Thank you. So before we jump into the show, just want to get to know you a bit of what your history with doing theater here and anywhere, and where you got your love of theater and how that's brought you to what you are right now.
Yeah, so I actually have been doing community theater in Springfield. I believe my first show was when I was in sixth grade. The directors were some good names. Gil and Ann Oferman gave me my shot there.
Yep, they gave me my first show too. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. So I definitely got into theater then, and I've done a few shows a year since then. It's kind of trickled down since I left and went to school for pharmacy. But I still try to do as much as I can and support everyone as much as I can. But I've lived in Springfield my whole life and done theater here my whole life. And it's a wonderful little community to be a part of.
Yes, it is, and lots of community theater to be had here in Springfield. No shortage of it. Even during the pandemic, there was a lot of theater going on, which
Right.
brings me to the show that you are doing. What made you want to do William Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream?
So I actually just became a part of some Facebook groups. I got invited by a mutual friend of a friend of a friend. And it's a group where people can post shows, have auditions, and they do virtual read-throughs. I've actually been able to audition for a few, and I'm currently in the ensemble of Grease. So we're
Nice.
doing that virtually, and it has people from all across the country. So it's pretty cool to be a part of and see that. The reason I chose A Midsummer Night's Dream was actually my senior year. I went to Rochester High School, and we did it my senior year, and we did the Shakespeare version. And it was a kind of hard to, it's a beautiful language, but you have to really be listening and paying attention to what the actors are doing.
Yep.
And so for this, I chose to do the modern adapted English version to hopefully make it a little bit, easier to understand and things like that.
That's interesting. That's really cool. I don't know if I've seen a Shakespeare show modern English adapted. That's great. So I want to ask a little bit about both the audition process and how the show is going to go. Because a little story here, I was talking with somebody yesterday about this. I tried out for it wasn't Shakespeare, it was Tartuffe, but the show's written in a similar sort of style. And I auditioned with a Shakespeare monologue, and well, it's a good thing that audition wasn't filmed. I bombed horribly. It was terrible. So what if people may be even with an adapted English sort of style that the show is going to be in, Shakespeare to even a lot of theater people may be, that is a tough challenge. So how are people going to be able to try out for the show, and what is the show going to be like in terms of actually performing it?
So what we've determined to do is kind of a very low stress environment. We just want to be able to have fun. And so what I've decided to do was have auditions. So I've been posting throughout some different Facebook groups. I took it from the Facebook group that I am a part of that's nationwide and posted it in our Springfield Theater group. So I thought this is incredible. And I hadn't really seen much of this happening in our community. And I thought, what a great experience to be able to share this with people that I know are incredibly talented and get them in on some of the action that's happening on these groups. And so I have been doing auditions on Facebook through Messenger. I actually have a Google Drive link that I've organized that has some script excerpts for certain characters. And I've just been telling people, read for one or two of your favorite characters, and to send that video my way, either by commenting on the public Facebook post. And I know some people are a little camera shy. So I've also been letting people direct message me their auditions as well through Facebook Messenger. And so kind of just getting their auditions, reading some of those lines and just kind of getting a feel for it. But we are not doing any rehearsals. There's not going to be any memorization required. I'm encouraging those who are cast to, if they would like to wear a costume, to costume themselves up. If they would like props, prop it up. But nothing is required. I just really hope this is an opportunity to have fun and de-stress for a few hours on a weekend.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. That is awesome. So, I was looking at some of the information because I was on Facebook, and we'll get into that also in a little bit. And it said there's a couple characters in terms of gender that they have to be a certain way.
Mhm.
But I noticed that it looks like there might be some opportunities for some non-traditional casting, as it
Mhm.
were. Talk a little bit about that. What you're looking for with the various characters in the show.
Yeah, so we have our there's I don't want to say one person's a main character because I feel like everyone in the show has
Big
equal
show.
importance. It's a yes.
Yeah.
And there's like four different plot lines all going at the same time. So we do have our four lovers who are two females and two males. And so I would like those to be the roles that they were designed to be. And then as well as our fairy king and our fairy queen. But other than that, I have no preference on gender. It's a total, I guess I'd never heard it termed this, but someone told me that it's a gender bending show.
Mhm.
So I'm proud that it is, and I think it's incredible. And I've gotten a lot of amazing auditions, and I know recently, like a lot of people are just want to stick straight to this character says it's supposed to be male, so we're going to cast a male. But I'm definitely looking at switching things up, and if someone wants the opportunity to audition for a part that they might not traditionally get, like I said, it's kind of low stakes, just stress free, and I just want people to be able to kind of express themselves through theater through this. So.
Yeah, well, that is great. I do, like, it is cool to see because the Shakespeare's shows, and this is one of the ones especially where you see there really is there's a lot you can do with those shows because the
Right.
way they were even originally performed in Shakespeare's time, where they were not, I mean, I don't want to say minimalist, but I mean they were like they just kind of performed the show as it
Right.
sort of was written. I mean, just basically not basically with dialogue. So there is like a lot you can do with it. So I think it's really cool that you're taking this direction with it. Um, so so with so you said on the post that you are going to be casting this pretty soon. Do you have an idea of when the show you think is going to be cast and when
So
perhaps you're going to be doing the show?
So I really hope to have it cast. I was hoping by Friday. I have a few people that aren't able to get their auditions to me until then. So I'm hoping to have it cast by this weekend at the latest. And then once we have everybody cast, I'm going to put everybody into a big message, and we're going to choose one day and one time that works for everyone to just kind of get on the computers all together. And I believe we'll be doing it through Zoom. If I find something better, then we'll be doing it on that. But as of right now, I plan on doing it on Zoom. And so we'll kind of just be finding a date and time that works for everyone. But I don't have a hard deadline. I just really am taking the auditions as I'm getting them and casting off of that. So for people that are really interested in auditioning, I would suggest getting your videos to me as soon as you can. And if you aren't able to get it to me as soon as possible, just shoot me a message. I'm really lenient and really low key and chill with this whole process. So if you're not able to get it to me ASAP, at least shoot me a message and let me know that you're very interested and in what parts you're interested, and I'll definitely write your name down and keep you in mind as I cast.
Awesome. That's great. And with this video, your name is right there, Makynzie Ashbaugh, so they can look you up. However, if this is over, so this also people might be listening to this as a podcast or even on the radio. So if you could spell your name for everybody so they can search you on Facebook to get in contact with you to find you to be able to, if they want to be interested in doing this show or helping out in any way, how can they get in contact with you?
So my name is a little tricky to spell, but my first name is Makynzie. It's spelled Makynzie. And then on Facebook, I also have my middle name, which is Elise. And then my last name is Ashbaugh, Ashbaugh.
Wonderful. Okay, so make sure if you want to be a part of this production, look up Makynzie on Facebook, send her a message, and maybe a little video audition. Say, hey, this is who I want to read for. And remember, aside from those couple of characters, you really can read for whoever you want. So, if you say, well, I like this part, but I'm a man or a woman, there's like, no, just read it, and you never know. That could be the part for you.
Right.
So, and then look out for it, and it'll be a very as Makynzie said, a very laid-back production. You'll be able to just chill out, have some fun, and brush up on your Shakespeare, as they would say in Kiss Me, Kate, the musical. Makynzie, thank you so much for joining me, and break legs to everybody involved with this production, and we will stay in touch, talk a bit about this soon.
Sure. Thank you very much. And yep, once I get the show all cast, I'll be posting the link to our performance on Facebook for everyone to come and watch. Even if you do not want to audition, you can be in the audience.
Okay, wonderful. And we'll be able to share that so everybody will be able to see it. It is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on WMA.